What is up, fellow writers? Welcome to another writing workout exercise. Today we are going to work on description and tying description to emotion. So get ready to sweat in your brain. I like doing exercises like this with pen and paper, but whatever works for you. So this is about observing details. The first phase is we're going to set the timer for 3 minutes, and I want you to, wherever you happen to be, observe 4 or 5 things around you and try to write about them in as much detail as you can. It's common for us writers to immediately go to visuals. A lot of humans are very visually oriented, but try to push beyond the visual and get to other sensory details. Taste, touch, smell, how it physically feels. Is that the same as touch? Maybe it is. Sensation, temperature, quality of light, stuff like that. Okay, so are you ready? We're going to set the timer for 3 minutes. Okay, finish up your thought. I only managed to do 4. 3 minutes is not a lot of time. That's okay. All right, now you're going to pick one of the things that you wrote about. And we're going to set the timer for another 3 minutes. And you're going to try to draw out some sort of feeling about it. How does that feeling tie into that detail? How do you feel about it? And what is it about the details that make you feel that way. Again, this is just an exercise. Don't worry about it if you feel like you didn't get quite there or you're a little confused about what emotion you're feeling about this object. Don't think too hard about it. This is an exercise. So set the timer and we're going to go. Okay, wow, that happened quick. Okay, shake it off, stretch it out, do some exercises, little dance break. Ooh, okay, now for this last set, you are going to close your eyes and remember. If that memory is guided by what you just wrote about in the object and the description and the emotion, that's great. Let it be guided. But if it's not, if it's something totally different, that's fine too. But okay, close your eyes and think of a moment earlier in the day, or maybe yesterday, but a fairly recent moment. Okay, think of a moment when you felt a little spark of feeling. It could be any kind of feeling: annoyance, happiness, delight, surprise, joy, frustration, sadness, regret, guilt, shame. Ooh, that's a juicy one. Any kind of feeling, anytime earlier today. Okay. All right, think about where you were, what you were doing. Okay, think about where the light was coming from, what was underneath you, what was around you, what was the temperature, how did your body feel? Okay, now don't write the emotion, but just describe the scene and the setting and where you were. Okay, so 3 minutes and go. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. All right, so now let's do a little reflection because I think that can also be really useful as part of the exercise. So that's the fourth step, I guess, although we won't time it, so it's kind of unofficial. But read over what you wrote. Yeah, just sort of reflect on what kinds of things came up for you, how you felt like you were connecting emotion to object and description. Did it work for you? Mine was weird, actually. So I learned by example. So maybe what I'll do is give you the example of what I did right here, even though it's not good, but remember, no judgment, so that's okay. So for exercise 1, I wrote, the glass is cold and it drips. The ice has melted. A drop of water falls on my paper. The smell of glass, what is it? It's warm today. It is warm today. The sound of distant cars outside, distant honking, an airplane overhead. Where is it going? The seat is hard and starts making me sweat if I sit in it for too long. That's true, although I'm not sweating yet. The plant, reaches for the window, for the sun. The leaves are new and soft and smooth. Some leaves have a thin layer of dust. So that was exercise 1, where I was just kind of trying to describe what's around me. Again, 3 minutes is not a lot of time, so I couldn't get super in depth, but I covered some stuff that I was hearing and seeing and touching around me. For exercise 2, this was about emotion, trying to draw it in emotion. So I fixed on the plant, partly because it was the last thing that I wrote about, so it was fresh in my memory. And I wrote, "I'm sad that the plant has dust on the leaves. Does it make me neglectful? Does the plant suffer when it has dust on it? The dust is a sign that I forget to water the plant sometimes. Nurturing. What else in my life that needs nurturing do I forget to nurture? What else am I neglecting? The plant is something other to me, not like a pet. The plant can't protest or show love, but perhaps I'm not attuned to the subtle ways it does show appreciation. What else in my life do I not appreciate in that way?" That's sort of about as far as I got. But that was sort of surprising to me, actually, that those feelings came out. Okay. And then part 3 was the memory. And so this is a memory from something that happened earlier this morning when I was trying to make breakfast, and things were a little rushed today because my partner David had to leave pretty early in the morning. So I remember sort of, feeling a little like pressed for time and a little frustrated. Okay, so I wrote, "I was standing at the kitchen counter making oatmeal. The oatmeal is lumpy and it's not coming together. David is about to leave, but the oatmeal isn't ready yet. The sun is already high, it's going to be hot. We're almost out of oatmeal, and there are no berries to put in it, and we always have berries. I'm not hungry. I'm standing there watching the oatmeal. It's still so porridgey, loose and watery, and the timer's only at 12 minutes. We have a while to wait for it to be done, and David has to leave soon." So I tried really hard not to mention directly emotions, but I think I did kind of manage to convey the feeling a little bit, noting that the oatmeal's lumpy, it's not coming together, it's still porridgey, and I'm doing it even if I'm not hungry. There's a little tension there. I don't know. It was interesting. Anyway, so that was my experience with this. Let me know in the comments down below how it went for you. This is a great exercise to kind of do again and again, and especially if you do it in different places so you can observe different things. Like, for example, I love doing this exercise out back when we were able to go to cafes and hang out there, and we will again soon. But I used to love to do this exercise and watch people and kind of take note of their body language and their tone of voice and things like that, and sort of, make those kinds of observations. That was really fruitful for me personally, so you might try that. If you're able to go to a park someday and try it, or if you're able to go some other places, even just moving to a different place in your house, in your apartment or your flat, I think could be really cool. Like, what if you did this in the kitchen and you had this whole other set of things to describe and think about? Okay, that is it. I hope you had fun. If you like this video and you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Happy writing.